The Mona Lisa Mystery. Between the years 1503 and 1506, the Italian artist Leonardo da Vinci worked on a painting that would become one of the most famous paintings in the world. It is called the Mona Lisa. Until recently, there were few certain facts unknown about the woman in the painting or about her life. Her real identity had remained unproven. Many people thought that she lived in the town of Florence, Italy, when Leonardo also lived. Others believed that he painted it by copying parts of several different people. Some people even thought that the artist just imagined her in his mind. New evidence supports the longhand belief that she was a real person and her name was Lisa. The evidence also shows that both Lisa's family and her husband, a wealthy silk merchant in Florence, Leonardo's father. Knew the new Leonardo's father. The small painting has been hanging in the Louvre Museum in Paris, France, for over 200 years. Every day, visitors come to stare at her mysteries, smile in her eyes. They try to imagine what she was thinking about as she posed. Artists look closely to see the special skills Leonardo used to make her hands look so natural. How did he create the shadowy background behind her? But in 1911, another mystery about the Mona Lisa was created. One day the painting disappeared and didn't come back for over 2 years. On August 22, 1911, an artist named Louis came to the Louvre Museum to study and copy the Mona Lisa as artists and students were allowed to do. It was a Tuesday, which is important because on Monday the museum was closed. Louis entered the room where the Mona Lisa had always hung, but the painting wasn't there. Has someone moved it? He waited for a while, then he asked a guard to please go and ask about it. When the guard came back, he had very bad news. The Mona Lisa was missing. The police were called. They searched every room. Soon they had clue number one. The Mona Lisa's wooden frame was found near the stairs. The police questioned every person who worked at the museum. They felt sure that the theft had occurred on Monday, when the museum was closed. They guessed and that the thief had been a museum laborer, or had he just dressed as one so no one would notice him? They thought that when the guard was away, the thief simply has taken the painting off the wall. He carried it to the stairs, then took off the painting's heavy frame. The Mona Lisa is painted on a piece of wood, so it couldn't be rolled up. He had put the painting under his wardrobe and gone down the stairs. The door was locked. He knew how to take off the lock, so he did. Then he walked outside and was gone. The museum closed for a week. The police talked with everyone they could think of. They closed all the border crossings in and out of France. Fingerprint expert, experts arrived. They fingerprinted, fingerprint, fingerprint people from all over the city and put the fingerprints on file. Every day, people waited to hear what the police had learned. When the museum opened again, people came to stare at the empty space where the Mona Lisa had hung for over 100 years. They just couldn't believe that the Mona Lisa was gone. Then the police found clue number two. Clue number two was a thumbprint. It was on the glass of the frame that they found by the stairs. That the experts compared the thumbprint on the glass to all the thumbprints they had put in the file. What would match with this print of this crime? Everyone waited for the fingerprint print results, but there was a big problem. The thumbprint on a glass was from the thief's left hand. The fingerprint experts had taken prints from people's right hands. They could match the right hand prints in the file to the thief's left and right. Right. Everyone was upset. No one knew what to do next. For the next 2 years, people called the police almost every day. Everyone had a new theory about what had happened to the Mona Lisa or where it was. But there were no real clues. The Mona Lisa seemed to have vanished. Then came clue number three, but perhaps it shouldn't be called a clue at all, because it was a thief himself who told the police about his motive for taking the painting. The famous painter of the Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci, was Italian. Leonardo had painted the Mona Lisa in Italy, but the painting had been hanging in a museum in France for years. Because thief's motive, 2 years after the theft, on December 10, 1913, a man named Vincenzo walked into a antiques store in Florence, Italy. At the Mona Lisa, he said, I have. The owner of the antiques store called the director of the museum in Florence. The both went with Vincenzo to his hotel room. Vincenzo opened a trunk and removed a fast button. There was Leonardo's Mona Lisa. Vincenzo admitted to stealing it. He had been a labor laborer at the museum. He saw the Mona Lisa every day. It was sad that it was in a museum in France. His motive for taking it, he said, was to return the Mona Lisa to Italy, where he lived. It truly belonged. Safely back in Paris, the painting was examined by experts. They wanted to be sure that this was the real painting and not a forgery. X-rays and photographs were made. Was this the same paint and varnish used in other Leonardo paintings? What about the wood on which it is painted? How was it? The painting was indeed Leonardo's masterpiece. The Mona Lisa was returned to a special place in the Louvre, Louvre Museum. It still hangs there today and is seen by over 40,000 people a day.